Welcome to the Live Hive. I'm Sarah, and I'm so excited that you're all here. First, we're going to start with introductions. Kelly, would you like to start?
Yeah, absolutely. Hello, everyone. My name is Kelly Van Hovelen. I connected with Sarah through an online Facebook group, I believe, for entrepreneurs. I help service-based businesses create their marketing message and develop a marketing strategy so that they can connect with their ideal clients and grow their businesses without overwhelm. Since I'm the featured speaker today, I will go a little more into my history in that when I am doing my presentation.
Okay, great. I'm Georgie, and after Kelly helps you with your marketing and helping you clarify your marketing message, it comes over to me because I'm a sales expert. So what I do is I help businesses increase their sales, book more appointments, and really close more business. So I'm really excited to be a part of the Live Hive. Thank you for inviting me, Sarah.
And before you get to Kelly and then Georgie, I'm a master life coach and coach trainer. So I'm going to be helping you get all of your coaching together, get confident and certain that you can help anyone, I mean, absolutely anyone, get the results that they are wanting to create. So I'm with luxcoachlifestyle.com, and I am so excited to help you guys get all of your coaching together, create the coaching, the business that you want to have within the skills that you need to know and be able to get out there and just coach anyone. Thank you for having me.
It's nice to meet all of you.
Kelly, and I'll go ahead and introduce you if that's all right.
Yeah.
So Kelly, we're so honored to have you here today. She has 12 years of experience in the digital marketing space with clients in fields as diverse as retail, finance, and fitness. Over the years, she's learned how to streamline social to be the most effective it can be without overwhelming your already packed schedule. And she'll be talking about how to create and implement a plan that works for you. Kelly is also the creator of 90-Day Marketing Mentorship, a 3-month one-on-one program to help you ditch the overwhelm, develop a sustainable marketing strategy, and grow your business with confidence. So Kelly, you have the stage.
Yay. Hi, everybody. All right. So I've heard a couple of you already say you are not huge into Instagram. So what platforms do you all use right now for social media? That'll help me a little bit know what I need to talk about.
I am using Facebook.
Okay. Excellent.
LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and that's the main avenues that I use for social media.
Do you focus on one of those more than the other?
Facebook for sure. LinkedIn is the goal, though. LinkedIn is like a monster for me. So both of those, I would love to hear your thoughts.
Okay, sounds good. Perfect. I will be really honest. I'm old. I am not into TikTok. I like Instagram, but Facebook is my place. Facebook is where I spend the majority of my time. I'm on LinkedIn with some of my clients as well, but Facebook is definitely my home. So that is perfect. So I just want to give you the quick 5-second overview of my history. I've been doing social media management, like Sarah said, since about 2012, and I have, over the last couple of years, really branched out from just social media to more general marketing strategy, helping clients put in place a message and a program so they can market with a big picture view. They're not just throwing things at the wall to see what sticks. I have still a handful of clients for whom I do content creation, but I realized earlier this year that I can only create so much content in a week, and I can help so many more people if I can teach business owners, especially service-based business owners, entrepreneurs, freelancers, to do this on their own. So that's really what launched the marketing mentorship earlier this year, and I'm loving that. So today I've got 3 things that we're going to talk about. I want to talk about messaging and what your marketing message is and how to use it to create content. I want to give you kind of an example of how I would pull something like this together, and then we'll talk a little bit about the tools that I use for social media management. I am a keep it simple type of person. I run a lean business. I use whatever free or low cost tools I can wherever possible. I don't believe in spending a fortune to market your business. So messaging, marketing messaging, what is it? So your marketing message is what you do. It's how you talk about your business. I truly believe that if every business and every business owner could create a solution-based business, they could connect so much more quickly and efficiently with their ideal client. And the reason is it doesn't matter what you do, what social media platform you are on, or where you are marketing your business, that place is saturated, right? There's 1,000,001 people doing the same thing. And that's great. That means there's a market for it. But it also means you need to stand out. And the best way to stand out is to communicate quickly and clearly to your ideal client. If they have to think too much about what it is that you do, or if it doesn't hit them emotionally in some way within the first 3 to 5 seconds that they hear from you, they're going to shut down. Our brains are so overloaded already, we can't process. And the best way to do that is to focus on the client's pain points and how you can make them better, to use clear, direct language. And I'm all for cute and clever when it works, but to be cute and clever just for the sake of being cute and clever does not communicate clearly. It often doesn't translate. And there's one huge example I can think of. I have seen the word bespoke in a lot of marketing messaging lately. And I'll be honest, the first time I saw it, I had to look it up. Anytime somebody has to look up the words in your message when you're telling them this is what you do, that's not a good sign. That's not a good start. How many people are actually going to take the time to look up a word? Not very many. So in the research I've done, in the clients that I've worked with, messaging is more important than your product specs. It's more important than your qualifications. If you are what the product that's being sold, like in the case of a coach or a freelancer, it's more important than your price. If you can communicate clearly, you can charge more, even if your product or your service is not as good. And that sounds a little slimy and wrong, but it is the truth. All right, so I have a marketing messaging workshop, or worksheet, excuse me, that I give to all of my one-on-one clients when we start working together. So if anyone is interested in that, find me on Facebook and I can send that to you. Just send me a message. I can put my Facebook in the chat, but it's just Kelly.VanHovelen. The hard part is going to be spelling the last name because it's impossible to spell. So I'll make sure that I get that out, or maybe Sarah can send it out in an email to everyone later on if you are interested in that freebie. So here's how I help my clients talk through the process of creating their message. So we talk about what sets your product or service apart, and then we talk about your client's pain points. Now, I like to say do a brain dump and come up with as many of those pain points as you can. You're only going to focus on one or two in your message. You don't want to overwhelm them, and you can't quickly talk about every single problem that could possibly come their way that you could help them fix. You can't be all things to all people. So narrowing down your messaging to one or two specific pain points and one or two specific types of people that you help is really effective. And then this is the most important part. What does your client's life look like after working with you? What is the transformation that they go through, or how is their life better? And that's the part that you really want to hit home about. If you can get them to envision the promised land, the transformation, the result of working with you, that's where the magic happens. So this is the prompt that I use with my clients to kind of put together all of this into one cohesive statement. So I help blank, and the blank is your client, with blank, so your service, so that they can do something, take some sort of action, and see the result. So I can go back to my marketing message, for example. I help service-based business owners, that's who, to create their message and develop a marketing strategy. That's what, so that they can connect with their ideal client. That's like the step, and then grow their business without overwhelm. That's the ultimate result, growing their business and not being overwhelmed. A client of mine that I met with this week, she does a custom meal planning service. So her message was, I help busy working moms with meal planning so they can take meal planning off their plate and have more time with their family. And I will, let's see, I can toss this up in the chat if you'd like, if that makes it easier. Or you guys want me just to keep going?
What was the question?
Do you want me to type that out so you can kind of see it, that I help statement outline, or you want me just to keep going?
Yeah, put it in the chat to make sure we understand it. Because I got the questions. I did get some of the questions, but I didn't get the I help statement.
All right, that's your client. Service.
So I say I help businesses increase sales, book appointments, and close more business. And then
Okay.
you're adding so that,
Yeah.
correct?
Yep.
So that, okay. Like,
and that makes it a little more tangible, right? Like they can envision what it looks like then when they,
so that they can confidently make sales calls.
Yeah, there you go. So let's see. I help blank with the service so they can do this action and have this result. So that's in the chat for now. All right, so once you have your message established and you have that like sentence, what I really, really want you to do with it is internalize it. I want that to roll off your tongue. And I struggle with this when I'm in front of people, but I can do it like on the phone, on a sales call, whatever, no problem. But when I'm in front of people, I get nervous and I jumble up all the words. But it should roll off your tongue. You should be able to tell anyone at any time, I help do this person do this so they can this and this. If you can internalize that, you can talk to anyone about your business at any time. What else can you do with it? You can take a segment of your message and you can use it as your like business tagline, put it in your email signature. You put it as the header on your website. You can do, this is like a whole other presentation that I could give some other time about how to lay out your website, but in the header of your website, you should have your business name, your service or your product, your how it makes your customers' life better, which you get pulled out of this, and then your call to action. Your I help statement or a portion of it should be in your social media profiles. And anytime you talk about your business, you should be making sure that it reflects back to this messaging. The last thing we do with it is we use it to plan our social media content. So I suggest to my clients that they use their message to create 3 to 5 content pillars that they will use to post to social media every day. And since it sounds like for all of us, the focus is Facebook, I'm gonna say 5 pillars is great, because then you can do 1 post every day, Monday through Friday, or yeah, Monday through Friday, and then still have your weekends for wildcard posts or other fun things that come your way. So 3 of these posts should reflect back to your message in some capacity. I always want 1, if it's at all possible, to focus on client wins or testimonials. If you're brand new to business and you don't have any client wins yet, or you don't have any personal testimonials, you can use it for like statistics that are important to your industry, or you could use it to show examples of what other people in your industry are doing. So I don't want people to stress that if they don't have clients yet, they don't have results for their clients yet, that's a big problem. We can find something else to plug into there. And then your last content pillar can be a little bit more of a salesy post. Like, we want those first 4 to really provide value to people, but this last one can be a little more salesy. It can talk more directly about what you do, what it looks like to work with you, and that sort of thing. All right, so I'm going to pause here before we get into the example that I put together and see if anybody has any questions. And I'm also going to get a drink of water because I'm getting nervous. All right, so I'll go ahead.
You're doing a great job, Kelly.
Thank you,
Keep
thank
it
you,
up.
thank you. I'm going to go through this example. Hopefully this will help drive it home for you a little bit, make a little more sense. So let's pretend that we have a salon. It's an upscale salon, and they're really struggling with bringing in new clients. Once they have clients, they are repeat clients, but they are really struggling to get new clients in the door. So they talk to their repeat clients, and they find out that the thing that keeps their clients coming back is that the stylists take the time to really talk through how they can recreate their hairstyle, recreate their look at home. So what the customers love then is they don't have as many bad hair days because they know how to do their hair when they get home. Like, that's a big deal to a lot of us women, right? Like, if we can make ourselves look good, we're happy. So they decide that their marketing message is going to talk to this no more bad hair days. So the pain point is bad hair days. It's eliminated because the clients know exactly how to style their hair. And their like big picture marketing message is, come to Salon Q. We help women. We're going to focus on women for this one. We help women with knowing how to style their hair so they can be confident in how they look and eliminate bad hair days. They shorten that up to put on their like their receipts or their invoices to say, get your hair cut at Salon Q and never have a bad hair day again. Like, that's super impactful. That's super straightforward about what you're going to get by working with them. So they're on social and they want to market this idea. Here's how they come up with their 5 content pillars. So day 1 is going to be hairstyling tips and hair trend tips, talking about how their stylists are, you know, up on the latest things. They go to all these trainings. They know what's going on. They're staying current. They do a weekly video showing a stylist walking through her client how exactly to do her hair. If customers can see that happening for others, they can put themselves in that position and, you know, really feel how important that is. On day 3, one of the stylists comes on and either talks about this training she's doing or does a post about the classes that they're about to take, something along those lines. They do a day of client testimonials or client wins or showing off really great client hairstyles. And then the last day is deals, sales, product promotion, that sort of thing. And along the way, they're on Instagram, so they sprinkle in pictures of some really great hairstyles. All right, does that make sense? Does that kind of illustrate how that works? You get clicks for me, but if you guys have questions, absolutely, I have no problem with pausing here and clarifying.
Kelly, I have one question.
Yeah.
Are you saying they actually take other people's images from Instagram and repost them or share them on their Facebook? Is that
No, pictures of people in their salon whose hair they've actually cut. So they're sharing,
okay,
like,
cool.
since Instagram is a little more visual, they want to do a lot more of the pictures, but they still go through these other like longer posts as well. All right, so here is the part where I find a lot of people struggle, and that is with how to do all of this content creation. So I'm going to share with you a couple of the tools that I use and how I structure all of this to work for my clients and for myself. I'm going to screen share, so give me a minute here. I think it's this one. Okay. All right. So this one here is my board for my marketing mentorship plan. And you can see I have my 5 content pillars written out right here at the top. So every Monday I do a marketing minute. It's a real quick post that gives you a quick actionable tip that you can do to market your business more effectively. Tuesday is my unpopular opinion post, and that's just something I have a little bit of fun with. I talk about silly things. I can show you some examples in just a minute. Wednesday are my client wins. Thursdays I go live. I do a small training on my personal Facebook page on something related to marketing, and it's usually answering either a question that I get from a client every week or every day, or something that I've been seeing in some of these entrepreneur groups that I'm in. So it's real life, real time advice for people. And then Friday is my fun day. It's family, or it's faith, or it's fun, or it's jokes, or it's whatever. And then the weekends I do wild cards. I always take Sundays off. I am a big proponent of Sundays for rest, so I don't post on Sundays. And how I use this is so this is Asana. Asana, you can just come in here and click to add a task. So I keep this board open. And as I'm working with clients, as I'm creating content for clients, as I'm engaging in groups, if I see something that I think would make a really good post and it fits under one of these categories, I do my little drop down here. I add a task, and I turn it into just a, let me take a breath here. I turn it into just a quick reminder here on the board. So from here then I can click on my post or on my note, and I can expand on this here. I can add details. I can put it on my calendar. I can assign a date that I want to post it. Let's see, I'm the only one on this board, so I don't assign it to anyone. I can also, I can see it, there we go. I can click on the attachment here, and when I create a graphic or a video, I can upload it right here to this post. And then when I have it scheduled, I have everything all together. So I will show you what that looks like in calendar view. So this is one of my client boards. Let's see. So this client's in finance. They're on Facebook and LinkedIn and YouTube. And this is just how I set this up. So I do on here a different item, a different to-do item for each post for each platform. And the reason for that is Facebook, they use a business page, so we can go ahead and schedule all the posts out in advance. LinkedIn, I use Hootsuite to schedule regular posts, but if they have video, I cannot schedule video in advance to LinkedIn, so those I have to do live. And so the workflow I've created is I create the post. If it's for Facebook, I do the little bracket with the FB. This one is just a reminder, for example, for me to get in and engage in Facebook groups as this company. I assign it to myself so that it pops up on my phone and on my Asana board as a reminder to do on that day. And then I assign it to a specific date. Then every week I duplicate this and I reassign it to myself for Monday, Wednesday, Friday on Facebook. This one, so this was a LinkedIn post. I did this one through Hootsuite, so it was scheduled in advance, so I didn't need to assign a reminder. I just wrote the post. I had this link that I had used as article inspiration, so it's there if I need to reference it again. Here's the graphic I created. I went ahead and scheduled it in Hootsuite, and then I marked it complete. The graphic wanted to show up. Okay. Let me see. Right, before I go any further with that, is there any questions about how I kind of structure this calendar or how I structure the content pillars?
No, but I do like how you use Facebook groups and some of the topics that you hear while you're out there in your industry to inspire your posts. And I know something that I've been really wanting to do is go live consistently.
Yeah.
Because I get so busy. It seems to be like all or nothing. Do you have any strategies of how you consistently go live, or how you organize that? And do you care like if it's like the right backdrop, right moment? Because like, I don't know, I feel like somebody wants me to be like in full makeup before I go live, and I do not know how to do makeup like that. So I'm just really trying to understand like
Yeah.
what the rules of engagement on the Facebook Lives are.
I struggled with this for a really, really long time. But finally, I was like, I have all this information that I need to get out there. If people are going to judge me by how I look while I'm talking about something that's actually going to affect their business, that's on them, that's not on me. So I schedule it into, so my Google Calendar, if you look at my Google Calendar, like every hour of every day is programmed out. I go live Thursdays at 3 p.m. So from 2 to 3, I have blocked out on my calendar that I'm going to sit down, and if I haven't already officially picked a topic, I'm going to pick a topic, do any research I need to do, and write an outline. And I like to be prepared, but I do best when I wing it a little bit as well. So I don't spend a ton of time prepping it. I just make sure that I have the ideas all pulled together. The more comfortable I get with going live, the less I care about being all made up and pretty. And I love to be pretty, but I'll be honest, I roll out of bed, I get my kids out the door, I sit down and work. There are some days that I just don't care. I hope that helps. Does that actually answer your question, or is that just me rambling?
No, that's perfect. I mean, it's basically, I hear you saying like, hey, I'm going to show up consistently, even if I'm not like, a model at that time. I think you're right though. Being consistent is more important than looking perfect.
Absolutely, 100%. And that is the biggest thing I hope people take out of the 90 days that we work together in the mentorship program. It doesn't have to be perfect. Progress over perfection. Show up consistently day after day. It takes, in my experience and with the experience of some of the clients that I have, 90 days, you can go from zero to, I'm not going to say you're going to make $1 million, but you can go from zero to sustainable in 90 days if you are consistent. And I think that's more important than anything else. Let's see. So like I said, this is kind of how I structure my calendar. It works for me. If you're on a bunch of different platforms, this may not work as well for you. I know everybody's brain processes a little differently. Since we are a group of people who mostly are on Facebook, there's not a whole lot to really talk about as far as automation or scheduling in advance, because Facebook, as of 2018, no longer allows advanced scheduling to personal pages or personal profiles. They did away with that functionality in 2018. And I always recommend, if you are scheduling in advance to a business page, do it in Facebook's native scheduler. They kind of penalize posts that come from any outside platform, even though they still allow people to post on those. Do any of you want me to go over Facebook's native post scheduler? I can if you want, but I think it's pretty straightforward.
I'm okay.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. So let's see. The one tool that I've used for years and years and years for scheduling in advance is Hootsuite. And I love Hootsuite because it's visual, it's laid out in this nice calendar layout, so I can see what posts are going live, what days and what times, and I can even get like a little preview of the graphics so I know exactly what it is. This client, for example, is a not-for-profit group. They are on Facebook and LinkedIn. So I've got their calendar set up. We do the posts on Facebook. I schedule them in there. Then I bring the same content into LinkedIn and we schedule it here. LinkedIn and Facebook have different optimal posting days and times. So Facebook, they recommend Thursday, Friday, Saturday. The reading I've done, the research I've seen, Facebook's best time for posting to get interaction is Sundays at 3:30. I am not a fan of that. Obviously, I already told you I take Sundays off. It is what it is. But I do schedule all of my client posts on Sunday afternoons, like 3, 4 o'clock, so that they're out there at that time. Facebook recommends posting daily or maybe even a couple of times a day. If you want to get in front of people, do stories. If you are interacting or if you're promoting your business through your personal page, try to get into Messenger and talk with people before you post or before you go live. Those people that you've been talking to then will see you more prominently in their newsfeed. And there's another tool that I really wanted to present to you guys today, but I am not comfortable enough with it yet to do that. And that is called ManyChat. And what ManyChat does is it allows you to turn your Facebook Messenger into a client management tool. So I downloaded it, I connected it with my account earlier this week, and I just did not have the time to really dig into it the way I wanted to. Once I have a training for that, like once I'm comfortable with it, I will do a training for that. So I can definitely make sure that I contact all of you if you're interested in that, or just follow me on Facebook. I'll probably do it as one of my Thursday lives. So I'm super excited to play with that and see how that works. It allows you to automate the whole process if you want to of responding to messages, especially if you get asked a lot of the same questions, or if you are trying to recruit people into a program or into a group. It allows you to have some of that information put in place ahead of time so people can work through the sales funnel a little bit at their own pace, but it's still through Messenger. A business mentor of mine used ManyChat for her last challenge, and she compared 2 challenges ago. She did the exact same content. One was sent to a landing page. The most recent challenge was through ManyChat. The landing page had like a 30% fall off rate. The ManyChat through Messenger had like a 3% fall off rate. So just keeping people in Messenger is amazingly much better for your business. Anyway, all right, back to LinkedIn. LinkedIn, your best time to post is in the morning. They say between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. in your local time, or wherever your client is. And people who are on LinkedIn for the most part are not posting content. It's a very small percentage of people who are on LinkedIn who are actually posting content. So if you post 3 to 5 times a week, you are in the top 10% of posters on LinkedIn. That means there's less noise, there's less competition, your stuff is more likely to get seen on LinkedIn. LinkedIn does have groups, just like Facebook has groups, but I have seen that the engagement is quite a bit less within those groups. That may just be the ones that I'm in or the ones I'm in for clients. You may have better luck if you can find some groups that are more active. I don't know, do you guys have any specific questions about either Facebook or LinkedIn?
Well, those statistics for LinkedIn are pretty staggering that if you're posting 3 to 5 posts, that you're in the top 10%. So, I mean, that's encouraging.
Yeah.
I post a lot of more like graphics with some information around it, but mostly graphics.
Mm-hmm.
But what kind of content would you say is most important on LinkedIn?
Depends a little bit on exactly what you are doing. You're doing sales help, right? Okay. I would say like mindset stuff, anything that I don't know. I can tell you what I do for my clients, and hopefully maybe we can come up with something to help you work through that. So these are a couple of our LinkedIn posts. I don't know if it'll let you see them or not. So for this nonprofit, we do like a mini blog post almost in the post for the actual content, and then we pull out a couple of key points for the graphic. And we do that with a lot of our things. Across the board, all of the social media platforms want you to stay on their platform as long as possible. And I've heard from some people that their employers they let them have LinkedIn pulled up, but they don't let them click on links within there. So anytime you can put the content into the post versus a link is good. We do some video. Video gets good engagement, but again, if people are looking at LinkedIn stuff while they're at work, it's best to have it subtitled so that they can read and follow along. They're probably not going to be actually watching videos while they work. Let's see, what was this one? Oh, this was our salesy one. So we just did like a kind of boring graphic, but talking about how the year's not over, there's still time to do a fundraising campaign. Here's how you contact us to do a fundraising campaign. LinkedIn, I do recommend using hashtags, and in LinkedIn's post creator, it does offer suggestions for hashtags that you can use. I don't like hashtags on Facebook. I don't ever see any positive results from them, and I sometimes almost feel like my posts get downgraded if they have hashtags. I don't know if that's true. Facebook says that they don't reflect anything one way or the other, but they just don't seem to work for me.
Thank you. That was helpful.
Was it? Okay. Any other questions?
I have only been on LinkedIn since maybe late August. And I've actually gotten 3 clients off of LinkedIn. And if you ask me how, I would not be able to tell you. but because I'm so new, like only thing I do is I post whatever I'm posting on Facebook I just post it on LinkedIn. But I like the pulling out some of the information from the post and putting it on the actual image. I like that idea. I don't really do images. You see all my posts are pictures of me because I'm not comfortable with images, but I do like that idea of pulling some of the information out and I guess kind of almost like a headliner. If you're pulling it out, then it's like, oh, then they want to read the post if it's, something that they're interested in when they're seeing the image. So that's really good. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And I am not a graphic designer by any means. I use Canva. I use some of the existing templates and I just tweak them a little bit, like maybe put in a different picture, change the color and change the words. So it's not any in-depth process by any means. So, well, I think that was all I had for you guys today. Yeah, contact me on Facebook if you want that marketing messaging download. I will be in touch with the training on ManyChat if anybody's interested in ManyChat. And yeah, I hope that was helpful for you. I hope that my nervousness and shakiness did not come through too much.
You did perfectly. You were awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly, so much. And I do appreciate how you brought in more of the training piece, how you showed Asana, and it's at Hootsuite.
Sweet, yeah.
That's great. You did amazing. We really appreciate it.